Greetings friends and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be, I don't know, sort of a diary entry of sorts. I've been thinking about doing this but hadn't really decided format wise how I wanted to do it, but today is day one of quarantine here in Los Angeles, and I thought I would just sort of document that experience and, check-ins, let you know what's going on the day-to-day. I don't know if I'm going to do it every day or just updates as things happen, but today is day one of the safer at home order, which changed a lot of things, closed down a lot of businesses, got a lot of people legally required to stay indoors, and so this video's day one of that. And I thought that I would get ready and do my makeup and talk to you about what's going on, because I literally got nothing but time here, my babies. So yeah, that's what this video is going to be. It's just going to be me just getting ready and talking to you about what daily life is like and what it has been like and what's been going on on my side of the world and in my personal life regarding all of this craziness. And so I think that's what's going to be. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. Definitely hit the bell right now, because I'm going to be uploading sporadically. I've uploaded a couple days in a row now when I'm filming this. And since there's no schedule, you won't know they're coming unless you hit the bell and subscribe. So go ahead and do that. Join the Brat Pack. And I think it's time that we stop talking about it and start being about it and get into this video. So if you would like to get ready with me and talk about how I am dealing with the virus situation, just keep on watching. Okay, so what happened today for me? Suddenly I was awake. No, but in all seriousness, this morning when I woke up with a lot more calm in me. If I had filmed this video yesterday, it would have been a totally different experience, because yesterday was probably the worst day I've had thus far mentally during this whole situation, because so many things came out of yesterday for me. Like, it was kind of bananas. First, my boss sent an email letting us know, because I've been anticipating that our business was going to be hit, because what I do for a living, which if you don't know, I work for an eviction attorney in Los Angeles County. As you may or may not know, depending on, I don't know, whatever. All evictions right now are on hold. You can't evict anybody, because it would be ridiculous to evict somebody who can't pay the rent when so many people are out of work and obviously can't pay their rent. There's a lot of layers to it, but essentially evictions are on hold, so I was like, well, work's definitely going to slow down. It's just a matter of when. And we talked to my boss on Wednesday, and he said he didn't see any changes happening for us. But then Thursday he had a meeting and he informed us that 2 people were going to be not laid off but furloughed, so they're not going to get paid at all. And all the attorneys are ordered to work from home. And the 6 of us that he's keeping are going to be kept on part-time in 3-day blocks. So, for example, it's the 20th now. I don't go back to work till the 26th, I believe. It's a Thursday. And then I work 3 days straight, and then I'm off for 3 days straight, and then I work for 3 days straight, business hours. So it cut the hours significantly, which I was like, oh, that sucks, but also good that something was being done, just because, man, I'm missing so many key points right now. Okay, first off, this information about the part-time thing happened on Thursday. And on Thursday, I was actually working from home, not because we have the option to work from home during all this, just because for our business, it's not really a viable option to work remotely, but you can occasionally in certain circumstances. And due to the virus, me and a coworker have been carpooling, because I typically take public transportation, and no one, felt comfortable with me taking the bus and then coming into the office, so we've been carpooling. But on Thursday morning, my coworker called me and was like, hey, my son is sick. She said it wasn't a big deal. She just thought he had a cold, but she thought it would be irresponsible to go into the office, which, I agree. So she stayed home and I worked from home. So I'm getting all this information while I'm at home. about the office and blah blah blah. So what happened was our office actually was open on Thursday, but I was working from home, and they announced that it was going to be closing down for Friday until Monday because someone in the building, not in my initial, like my direct office, but somebody else who rents a space in the building because it's like an office building, had been in contact with someone who had the virus. So the owner of the building shut the building down on Friday throughout the weekend so that they could sanitize. So all of us are out of the office today, and then half of us are going to go back on Monday and work a 3-day block, and then me and 2 other people are going to go back Thursday and work our 3-day block. And we're going to be separated like across the office in different cubicles, as spread out as we can be in the space. And it's a secure building. People can't go in. We don't have clients that go in. So it's a safe space to work, and there's only 6 of us. But when this was all happening, it was like 1 p.m. maybe. So I was like, okay, that's a lot of information, but I can handle this level of change, right? As an anxious person, any level of change is a bit of a challenge, but I can handle this. So I finish out my workday. They close the office, they leave. I finish uploading my documents through my through my home computer. Sorry, I know this is all over the place. I'm so sorry. My brain feels like this video is sounding. I'm already dealing with all of this that's going on, just like everybody else, and it's all uncertainty and fear. And then the governor, or is it the mayor? No, the governor of California issues the safer at home order, which essentially, the way I understand it, because this is all very new to all of us, but the way I understand it is that all non-essential jobs are closed and all non-essential travel is illegal and considered a misdemeanor. So when I heard this, I went into like a freak out because I didn't know if my work was considered essential and like legally essential, and that put me in like a terrified state to go from full-time employment to part-time employment to, in my brain, possibly no employment. It was a lot, but I mean, I know how lucky I am with my job to even have the option to be working part-time when so many people are just like completely jobless right now, and so many small businesses are closing, and like so many small businesses that close, how are they going to open back up, you know? Like that one bad month is enough to ruin small businesses. So it's a lot. It's a lot of like feeling like shitty about what's happening to me, but also feeling shitty for feeling bad what's happening to me, because it could be worse, and I know that, but it doesn't lessen the feeling that I have, you know what I mean? Like, even if I know that I don't have it as bad as some people, it doesn't mean that it doesn't feel really, really bad right now. So that's that. So anyway, super stressed out. My poor husband has been having to deal with my craziness, and I don't know, I've asked him if he's freaking out, and he says he's not, but I don't know if it's true or if he's just saying that because he knows that I'm freaked out and he's trying to be stronger for me. I don't really know. I know that I was one of the people that when this first started happening, I was like, yeah, this is no big deal. Like, I didn't think it was going to be a thing. I kind of made a lot of jokes, and now I'm finally to the point that I'm like, oh shit, well, I mean, whether it's first off, I think it is a big deal. I don't think they would do all this and possibly like damage the economy to the point that it can't be fixed over nothing. It just feels very, very strange, doesn't it? Doesn't it just feel so weird? And I know that not every place is caught up to where LA is. So if you're in a different state, I would be very curious to know what your experience is like, because I know my friend in Utah said that they're not quite where we're at just yet. But man, it's weird over here. Like, we're to the point now. Well, first off, we can't go anywhere. When I say we can't go anywhere, let me clarify. We can't, like, businesses and things like that are closed, but we're allowed to leave the house. Like, I go on walks, and it's very interesting. I already went on walks with my dog whenever I could, and I don't know if there's more people on the street right now because that's all we can do, or if I'm just noticing it more because of what's going on. But every time I go on a walk, there's always all these people going on walks at the same time, dog or no dog, just strolling around. When you come up close to each other, you kind of don't get too close. Just odd, like ghosts all over the street, but everybody's always friendly. Like, I feel like everyone's friendlier than usual, like with a smile and a hello, kind of like a we're all in this together kind of thing. And you're allowed to go to the grocery store, and you're allowed to like go out to the places that are still open. You're allowed to order food in. You're allowed to, I believe, pick up food, but you can't stay and dine in anywhere. My grocery store currently, I live directly next door to a Ralph's, and I used to stop in there every single day because why wouldn't I stop in and buy fresh produce or drinks or whatever we wanted every day? And right now, their hours changed from 24 hours to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And seniors, the first hour is for seniors only, which is great because I know that they were having a lot of difficulties getting anything before it's selling out. But there's lines, man. Like, when you get there are lines down all through the parking lot. My store is doing a thing where they only let 25 people in at a time, and it's every 10 minutes or after so many people who have been let in leave, so you're just waiting outside, kind of waiting for the people before you to finish. And if you don't get there early, the toilet paper is gone. So if you are still a person that's searching for toilet paper, go to your grocery store, but make sure to go there like early so that you can get in line so you can be one of the first people. As far as food, so the first couple of days of this happening, there was like no food. I remember I went in, and that's what put me into a panic, is like all of everything was sold out, and I was like, okay, because everyone, like government officials were like, there's no food shortage, don't worry, but every time I went to the store, there was no food. So I was like, you're saying this, but it's not matching up with what I'm seeing. But I went on Thursday with my husband because we actually needed food for the week, because we're not panic buying. Well, let me get back into that in a minute, but we went to buy food for the week, and pretty much everything was full. Like, toilet paper and paper products were gone, a lot of cleaning products were gone, but food-wise, it was pretty good. I mean, there were some spots that were kind of picked clean, but you were able to get milk. Produce was filled. Alcohol section is full, which, I mean, that's not for everyone, but like right now I'm drinking things. Like, I didn't have trouble not getting what I normally get, except with the exception of like toilet paper. I think I made out a grocery list. I'm pretty sure we were able to get every single thing on my list. So it just kind of depends on how you shop, I think, on whether or not the food's going to be an issue. But also, if you are in a place that is behind California, just know that with us, and at least where I am, it was really bad, but now it's okay as far as food goes, just from what I have seen. Now, the panic buying thing. So I thought that I wasn't panic buying. Like, I was like, we're just getting what we need. Everything, this is normal purchasing. But then on Thursday, when I came home and was putting stuff away, I realized that maybe I didn't like bulk buy, like some people are like crazy bulk buying, but I definitely bought more than I normally bought and didn't even realize it, because when I was putting things away, I realized that I didn't have space, and that's never happened to me before. So I think it would be, I mean, I don't know, I'm not going to tell anybody how to shop. If you're scared, I get like wanting to make sure you have stuff in case things run out. However, just from my experience, it doesn't look like food is running out, and like that's an issue. I was even able to get like ibuprofen and things like that. It wasn't like a problem. So if that gives you any solace, if you're in a different area, just know that where I'm at, you're able to get things again. So that's nice. So what else is going on? When I'm filming this, it's Friday. Tomorrow is going to be pretty difficult because my nephew's birthday party was tomorrow, and my sister was still, up until yesterday, I think, still planning on having it because her area hadn't been as bad. But I wrote her yesterday and I let her know that I wasn't going to go, just because, I mean, if somebody that was in my building was exposed, I'm not about to go to a birthday party, like not a big birthday party. There's only going to be like 8 of us, but I'm not going to go and expose myself to anyone and chance getting anyone sick, especially because at the time my mom was going to go, and at one point my grandma was going to go, and that is a whole other subject. I'll get into my grandma with you guys in a minute, but I was like, I'm not going to go and chance taking this, giving it to my mom, who doesn't have good lungs, and her giving it to my grandma, who has COPD and is in her 70s. Like, absolutely not. So I let my sister know I wasn't going to go. And in that time, my mom wrote me, and she's like, I don't think I'm going to go either, which was really hard for my mom, because my mom lives in Washington, and she just happens to be in California right now and on an unrelated visit to help my grandma with something, and now she's stuck here. I'm pretty sure maybe she can travel to go back home, but she can't leave my grandma now, because my grandma can't, like, go out and do these things herself because of her age and her health. So my mom is staying in California right now, and was so looking forward to seeing us and seeing the kids. She gets really, really sad all the time not being able to see my niece and my nephew, and she hasn't gotten to see them since she's been here, and now she's not going to get to see them for who knows how long. And my sister had to tell my nephew that we weren't going, and he doesn't understand. He's just turning 5, and it's really hard, because I was so I love those kids, and I was really looking forward to seeing them. And I know my mom was too, and it's tough to miss the family stuff, but at the same time, it's not worth it. And I'm going to live each day like I am contagious to make sure I don't chance getting it or giving it to anyone else. So that's kind of the mindset I had. I read that somewhere, like, don't worry about catching it. Don't act like you're worried about catching it. Act like you've already got it and you're trying to make sure you don't give it to other people. And that's how I've been doing it. As far as, like, how I've been interacting and how I've been living is I know that if I caught it, I'm not saying I wouldn't be at any risk, but I'd be at far less risk than some people. I don't have any pre-existing health issues, and I'm 31 years old. Like, I know that I'm probably fine, but I'm not gonna be selfish and go out and just do whatever I want because I think I'll be fine, when I could be someone who gives it to someone who wouldn't be fine. Like today I went to walk Jack, and this lady in my building started talking to me, and she's an older lady. She had white hair, and she was wearing a face mask, and I just, like, didn't want to even talk to her. It made me feel so bad, because I was like, what if it's on me from work, and then you talk to me, and then you get it? Like, it makes me not want to. This is why you stay inside. Even if you think it's all bullshit, and even if you think it's all a hoax, if there's a chance that you're wrong, which there is a chance that you're wrong, just stay inside. Like, just stay inside a little bit. It's not a big deal. If anything, it's been helping the planet, and animals are coming back out. Just, like, chill out for a bit. We all talk about how we all just want to be home and work from home and be independent and do our own thing. Well, now you have the chance to stay home, So that's what I'm doing. I'm just staying in the house, not doing anything, not going to the store more than I have to, not going out to do anything other than going on walks with my dog and my husband, and it'll be fine. Does depression happen? Yes. This whole thing, I think, has given everyone who already has underlying mental health issues a lot of trouble, because it's triggering so much, like, helplessness and hopelessness. And it's sort of like switching your brain from live mode to survival mode, I think, which is not ideal, and I get that it's gonna cause some problems, and people don't want to be isolated because they don't want their depression to get bad, but just ride it out. I know that's hard. I've been dealing with it myself, but it's not worth it to me to chance hurting somebody. And there's things that you can do inside. I exercise. I'm making, like, a schedule for myself. I scheduled in a workout, and then a walk with my dog, and then to eat, and now to film. And I made my workout into a video, which, if you haven't seen it, I will link it up above. It's an at-home leg workout, so that for those of us who are quarantined but still want to work out, if you want some ideas, there it is. And I'm going to work on art. I might teach myself to play my guitar. I have a guitar, and I've been wanting to learn, and now I have the time and no excuse not to, so I might do that. I'm just, making the best out of a situation that's not ideal. And, that's where we're at. So, as, like, a chronic worrier, there's a lot of stuff about this that gives me, like, the freakouts. But I think for me, the worst of it is thinking about my grandma. Oh, it makes me so worried about her. She is 70, between 70 and 75. Don't come for me for that. You know what? My grandma's one of my best friends, and I love her, and I see her all the time, and she is my sweet angel, but I'm sorry, I don't remember how old she is. Do you remember how old your grandma is? Do you see her all the time? Don't judge me. But anyways, I worry for her because of her age and because of her health. She has COPD. It's a lung issue that is probably going to be, you know, the thing that takes her life eventually. And if she was to catch this sickness, there's a good chance that since her lungs aren't very strong, that she wouldn't be able to recover. And so the idea of people who don't think this is serious or think, oh, I'm young, so I'm immune, that are still going out and being stupid, makes me so frustrated, because it's about caring about other people and not just yourself. And even if you think it's blown out of proportion, and again, if there's a chance that it's not, like fucking stay home, right? Like, I don't know, it's just, it feels selfish to me, and I'm just not that person. It's kind of where it's at for me. I can't imagine being so selfish, like those freaking kids who still went out and did the spring break thing. I saw interviews with that, and I was just like, you know what's really, really cool in punk rock is giving a fuck about other people. So maybe try it. I don't know. There's a lot going on. The world's pretty messed up. Everyone's scared, and rightfully so, because we're living through something that, you know, hasn't happened in a really long time. And I think that's the biggest thing, is like so much uncertainty and no one understanding why this is such a bigger deal than the flu, and so much misinformation. And I get it. It's scary. It's a lot. People are out of work. People are scared for themselves, for their loved ones, for what this could become. And I would like to believe that it's going to blow over sooner than we thought, and that it won't get too bad, but I didn't think it would get this bad, so I really don't know. I'm just taking it one day at a time, one panic attack at a time. Right now is a good time. I'm doing okay today. Yesterday was really bad, and I did really bad. But I'm just going to stay in my house, you know, and not let myself freak out, not let myself panic buy, not let myself, like, worry until it gets to a point where I need to, as often as I can, even though that's easier said than done. That's kind of like where I'm at right now, or at least what I'm aiming for, you know. I just realized I don't think I let you guys know in the beginning of this video what the outcome of my work situation was, because I was worried from the governor's thing about non-essential workers and being out of work. I might have already said this, and if I did, sorry, but I got an email from my boss this morning saying that we are considered essential right now, so we are still going to be able to work our staggered shifts and get part-time employment and payment, so I'm not going to be totally without a job right now, and for that I'm thankful. I half wish that we weren't essential, just so that I wouldn't have to make the choice to go in. It would just be like, you are forbidden. But I'm in a unique situation where my job is open, so I have to choose if I want to tell him being my boss, like, I don't want to come in and then not have any money, or risk going out and working and leaving the house. I take solace in the fact that my building is secure and there's no people who can come in and out, and it's just us now. The people upstairs, I don't believe, are even coming into the building anymore, so it's just my office. And I know that I'm not going anywhere and contracting it anywhere besides work, so I have to just trust that my coworkers are doing the same. And it's a unique situation to be in, but it's hard to choose between, like, working and not working. I know I'm not going to go anywhere and give it to anyone else because I'm not leaving my house, but I still don't want to catch it myself because it's not 100% safe for people my age either. People think that it is, but it's not. It's recently come out that a lot of people in the hospital are people in between 20 and 40, so I'm exactly between 20 and 40, you know? I know that that's a lot of information that I've just given out. And I know that maybe it wasn't organized as well as it could have been, and for that, I'm sorry. Just kind of me venting, getting it all out there, letting you know what's going on in my life, and what my day-to-day looks like. My husband is also working from home. I don't know if I mentioned that. Well, I'm not working from home. I'm just home for a week without work. He's actually working from home, so we are spending every day together, and our dog is happy and our cats are happy. They don't know what's going on. They are just like, Mom and Dad are just here, and they're happy. And you know, I'm happy too. I'm happy. I'm as happy as I can be. I'm happy to be alive and to be healthy, to have an income, to have my husband have an income, to have him in the house with me where I don't have to worry about him going out, to have me for now in the house, not having to worry about going out, to have, you know, just life, right? I'm just really looking forward to when this all blows over, you know? I'm happy for what it's doing to the planet as far as like nature and the animals. It's unfortunate that it comes at the cost of lives and the economy and people's jobs, but I'm just excited for it to be done. I've seen some stuff online about how great like the first day when this is over is going to be, where everybody can just go outside and shake someone's hand and hug their friends and go eat in a restaurant. It's going to be great, and I'm excited for that. It's going to be an interesting time, especially for people who are typically introverted and homebodies. It's an interesting thing to want that and to appreciate being able to do that, because now when you can't and it's not your choice, it's a weird sensation. It's also a weird sensation to be in a shared state of panic, considering as a person with an anxiety with an anxiety disorder, lots of anxiety issues, I'm usually in a state of panic alone over things that other people can't feel. So it's interesting to be in a shared panic, because it almost makes me feel calmer and more normal, because I don't feel so irrational in my panic, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know how else to describe it. I just want to see my family. I want to see my grandma. I want to see my mom. I want to see my sister and my other sister and my brother-in-laws and my niece and my nephew and Chris's family, and I just want to see everybody. And I can't wait till I can. I can't wait till I can see my friend Ashley. She's moving tomorrow and I can't even help her. I just want it all to be done. I do hope you guys are all doing okay too. It's been a lot of one-sided conversation. Please let me know down below what's going on in your world, your part of the world, if things are different for you, or what stage you're at and how you're dealing with it. Let me know any like good TV shows or movies that I could binge at this time, because I finally have free time to start something new. Your favorite books, your favorite things to do to kill time. I've been painting. I would just love to see that information. Just anything heartfelt and good, just leave it down below. Anything that you're doing to get you through everything, leave it down below. I'd love to know. I will be posting a lot of videos, and if you look at my Instagram, I'll be posting on my stories what I've been doing to like keep myself sane, and I will put maybe some polls on what types of videos you'd like to see. So it's Brad or Scene if you're interested. And I think I'll leave this off on a quote that I read yesterday. I'm probably going to butcher it because I didn't write it down, but I remember it in my head, and I was really freaking out yesterday, and when I read it, it made me feel a little bit calmer, because I feel like every tickle, every cough, every sniffle makes me feel like maybe I'm sick. And the quote was something like, "You are as healthy as you feel. You are not as sick as you fear."